Hello everyone, I am USHAKOVA. This Friday's video is about just diving deeply into taking a deep breath first and foremost. So before I begin on the content portion of this video, which will have to do with how we begin again, how we reform, how we create, reimagine, how we begin our new lives and transform from whoever it is we were before that wasn't working for us to who we want to be now. Let's take a deep breath. I'm asking all of us to take a deep, deep breath and just breathe in the fact that this weekend is the summer solstice. It's the beginning of summer on the 21st of June, I believe, and we're letting go of spring. We've had a difficult winter and spring, and now we're going to welcome summer with this wonderful, deep, cleansing breath. So let's do it right now. And as we breathe out, let's breathe out everything that we don't want to take with us into the summer. Our fears, our problems, our wondering how is it going to work day by day in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of worldwide events that are affecting each one of us daily, in the midst of so much news every day that, as a friend of mine said today when I met him at the market, when I turn on the news, I begin to just downshifting, and I just, don't like how it feels. So lay off the news a little bit. Take a break, take a news break. Don't listen to the news. We all know what's going on. We're not going to miss out on anything terribly important if we take a break for a day or two or even a few days. I've been thinking about the new landscape, and the new landscape is how we're going to live and how we're going to love and how we're going to work in 2020, 2021. 2020 because it's the year of adapting to something brand new, the new landscape. We're all adventurers right now. We're all explorers. We're all in this together every day that we awaken and that we can stay in good health. We are learning how to protect ourselves, how to protect others, how to go to work, how to love, how to live, a vaccine for this pandemic is at least a year and a half away. So we have to come out these days, right? And how do we do it? Living, loving, working in 2020, 2021, which to me is the new beginning. Ultimately, it's 2021. So I want to talk about something very personal, and I want to share with you how I began to turn my life around about a year ago. Not for the first time. I think in this life, as long as we have breath, as long as if we're lucky enough to grow older, we have many new starts. Every time there's a new moon, there's a fresh start. Whenever there's a new moon, we can, think of our dreams and place it at the base of the new moon and say, take it with you, hold my dreams. I want to go in this direction, right? So many beginnings in a lifetime. But the last real beginning for me was about a year ago. And I want to talk about this and focus on this now because I've been talking a lot about recreation, reimagining, reforming. What does that all mean? It means that right now, in the midst of so much uncertainty, the only thing we can be certain of is our dreams, our hopes, our intentions, the path that we want to travel forward, we want to try every single day. And I don't want you to despair, and I don't want anyone to be down. And if you are and you're listening to this video, I want you to really listen closely. About a year ago, in the spur of the moment, I decided to take a trip to Athens, Greece. I was in Greece the last time when I was 18 years old, so, a fortnight ago or so. And returned for the first time in years a year ago. And I went because there was a teacher there. And even though I'm a teacher and I'm a life coach and I teach and guide individuals and couples and groups and anyone who needs assistance in a way forward and from the darkness into the light, I was in the darkness and I needed to be reminded of my own light again. So I went to see a very influential and powerful teacher for me at that time in Greece. I didn't know her. I didn't know what to expect. I just had a strong intuitive feeling that I needed to book that flight last summer, fly to Athens, spend the money. It was a lot of money. It was high season. I made the decision in the last minute. The money showed up. You know, somehow when we follow our own star, our intuition, our strong belief, when we listen to our inner voice, our inner being, you know, I believe that the universe, the angels, God, you name it, whoever your guiding North Star is for you, shows up and helps you make it happen. Well, that happened to me. I didn't know how I was going to put it together. Expensive flight from California to, you know, San Francisco to Athens. And then it wasn't just the retreat, but it was also the hotel, and it was also all the expenses surrounding that. And then I was going for only a weekend retreat practically. And so I thought, no, I need to find a spot in Greece by the sea where I can really think through so many things. Because you see, I, like many of us, hit the wall, so to speak. It's an American expression that means I've had just about enough. I don't have any answers. I've lost my way. Here I've had this lifetime of adventure and magic and exploration and career and education and work and living and loving and marriage, all of it. All of those important life events, you know, that shape us. And yet, for a whole host of reasons, not the least of which, perhaps the most of which, is having lost my mom, having lost my elder brother, my elder sister, all for different reasons in a period of 9 years. It was devastating. I hadn't really had time to grieve. So that was really powerful for me. And in those years, I just kept going until I finally hit the wall, right? So I just want to tell you, I took a risk. Excuse me. I booked that flight. I came to Athens. I met the teacher. I met others who were there to meet her as well. We formed this symbiotic, this fabulous group of women in a very short period of time, congruent with one another, each one there for her own reason, but each one there because she needed to go beyond herself, to hear another voice, to find another direction. And what I'm going to tell you in this video is that was the beginning of my transformation a year ago into where I find myself today talking to you. A lot happened in between, of course, since last summer. And here we are about to enter the summer of 2020. And I went towards the end of June, I mean, close to about this time. My flight to Athens last year was 24th of June. So it's almost a year ago that I took a risk. I didn't know anyone. I was going to be away for about 3 weeks. I just took a chance. It was so important because I thought what's most important for me is to change my thinking, is to get out of my own stuckness, let's call it, that place that I'd boxed myself in thinking, oh, I just don't know what the next step ought to be, really. And so I surrendered. I surrendered to the universe, to God, to the angels, to my guardian angels, I just surrendered. I let go my ego control. I just said, I don't know the way. I lost my way. I want to take the first steps and see where that takes me. So I'm here to tell you that hesitating, not trusting your inner voice, your intuition, your guidance, is going to put you in a place of all head. You know, you'll be thinking things through, and you'll be probably rationalizing and justifying and then backing away. Oh, that's too risky, that's too expensive. I don't think anything will change. We can come up with so many reasons not to do something, not to take the risk. I want you to take away from this video, and I won't make it a long one today. It's the beginning of summer, and I want you to enjoy an eclipse, second eclipse this month, the summer solstice, the beginning of summer. Lots of powerful planets and, you know, universal elements right now this weekend, as I understand it, to help support us in making changes, in taking our dream and trying to manifest it, whatever that dream is. And even if we don't know exactly what that dream is yet, if we know we want to change, or if we just, like me, feel like I've lost my way, I've hit the wall, I don't know the next step to take, surrendering to a higher power, a higher being than yourself, right? Letting go, letting God is the expression. I was lost and then I was found. Amazing grace, right? I'll talk more about all this in times to come on videos yet to be produced by me. I just want you to be excited about, first of all, be still. Get into stillness this weekend at some point and listen to the music of your inner voice. What does your intuition tell you? How does it guide you for your next step? Don't be afraid. Trust yourself. That's where it all begins. Change happens internally first before it can manifest. I wish all of us a happy summer. I wish all of us manifestation of our dreams, or at least the one that's most important. And if it doesn't quite manifest in the way that you thought it would, allow it to manifest in the way it needs to for you. Surrender and then accept the journey. I'll travel this journey with you. I'll see you next week, next Friday, maybe a little earlier even. You can subscribe if you're not a subscriber to my channel. Please do. I would love to see you come back. You can like my video. You can share my video. You can look at any of my videos or listen to them, share them, like them. I've mentioned a few times I'm new to this medium, to this channel. This is my, about a month into it now, or more, maybe a little more. And I'm happy to be here. I'm growing, I'm learning, discovering how to do this in different ways. I'm always going to come here to my channel, USHAKOVA, Elegant Influencer, to talk about how we're never too old to begin again. We're never too old to love again. How we can age exquisitely, whether you're 30 and listening to me or watching me, whether you're 50 or 70, until I take my last breath, I will always be sparked by something new within me that wants to explore this or that. It requires curiosity and living in the question. Let's live in the question together and see where the answers lead us. Much love to you. Thank you for being with me. I am ANYA USHAKOVA again, introducing myself to you. I send my love. I wish you a beautiful weekend and a magnificent summer, and I'll be talking to you again soon.